2025 is here, which means we have a lot of new trends and designs coming into 2025. This also means that we have a lot of room to say goodbye to the old and outdated trends that were popular maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but are just not popular anymore. So today I'm going to be talking about 8 home renovation designs that are going out of style in 2025. All right, so let's start with the first design going out of style in 2025. And you guys probably know what it is, and it is anything that includes gray. So gray walls, gray flooring, gray carpet, all of it is going out in 2025. And honestly, I don't even like to look at it anymore. It's so boring, it's so basic. Everyone that remodeled their home from 2018 to 2022, and maybe even now, have gray in their home. And honestly, it's really hard to think of any colors that are gonna look better than gray and more neutral than gray. However, there are some colors that are actually really nice and still would be better than gray. I have actually seen a lot of people do maybe like a really light beige / green color. I think that this is really nice. Our client that we recently just completed their master bathroom remodel actually went with a gray with a little hint of brown, and it actually looks really good. It's not like a pure gray color, which is what I really like. It's something completely different than gray, and it just looks really good and a little bit better and more unique than what everyone else does. But absolutely, I would stick away from anything that is just pure gray. And I would also stay away from certain tiles that are just really gray and just does not look good anymore. Now, the next design going out of style in 2025 are bathroom tiles with a bunch of veins, whether it's gray veins, black veins, or brown veins. I just think that this is a little bit oversaturated now. A lot of people have been using it from 2020, and I don't personally think this looks bad, but I just think that so many people use it that there's honestly a little bit better designs now. This is not something that I would completely stick away from in 2025, but I would use maybe a little bit less of it, or maybe a little bit less veins, so that maybe it's not so boring and maybe something a little bit more unique. Honestly, I would go with tiles that are much more simpler now, because let's be honest, this is the future. Simple and clean designs are the future. And to see what works best for you, you just have to really think about it and see, what you personally like. I think what is really modern right now and looks very nice and simple is like a really light wood design of tiles, maybe a little bit of a large format, or something like that. They go really well with like a really dark gray tile, or maybe like a lighter gray tile, or even black tile. I think those would be really nice. And honestly, a matte finish of tiles would go really good with this. Not many of our clients actually use this kind of design. A lot of them go with, something that was popular a couple years ago. I think you guys really should look at tiles with more texture to it, maybe like a 3D design, maybe like a wavy pattern, or with, diamond design on it, something that is actually like a 3D design, because those actually look really good. And if you have a lot of texture to it, it can really enhance the look of your new bathroom or your whole, new space that you are tiling. And the same thing goes with countertops. So countertops with, gray veins or black veins. This is something that is now a little bit too basic. A lot of people have it. This was modern maybe from 2019 to, 2022, 23. But now we are in 2025. I see a lot of people going with a finish that is very smooth, that is very simple, seamless, not too many, crazy designs on them. And once again, this is one of those things where I don't think that countertops with a lot of veins look bad, and I wouldn't stop installing them. However, maybe there are some better options. Number 3 on this list is 6-panel doors. I just think they really don't look good anymore. They look very basic. Everyone has them in their house, and it's honestly a very neutral design of doors, but I personally don't like them anymore, and I think that there are much nicer options. I personally really like the 3-panel doors, so you have 1 panel up top, and also 2 panels like this. Just look really good, and I think that this is going to make your space look much more expensive. I highly recommend using those, so if you are thinking of remodeling your place, definitely make sure to consider those, or maybe even doors with glass panes in them. They will look really good. And I have seen this very popular in new construction homes, not so much in remodeled homes, but I really recommend these doors. The next design that is going out of style in 2025 is crowded and busy ceilings, like with a bunch of crown moldings and things like that. It just doesn't look really good anymore. It's very crowded, very busy. What is modern right now is for ceilings to be completely flat. And if you want, you can actually enhance the look of your space by including a ambient lighting in your ceiling. This is going to look really good. Of course, it is going to be much more expensive to do something like that, but it looks really good. It's futuristic, and this is what's modern right now. And of course, this also depends on the space that you have. You have a house that really doesn't allow for this kind of design. Maybe you have vaulted ceilings, and ambient lighting in your ceilings will just not look that good. It also depends on the age of your home, and also if you aren't remodeling your entire place, maybe you're just remodeling your kitchen and you're leaving the living room and all the floors and everything alone, then this modern touch isn't really going to fit in with the rest of the house. So it really depends. Number 5 is painting your walls in trim a different color. Now, I'm not saying don't paint your walls like a gray color and your baseboards white. What I'm saying is don't paint your wall colors like a gray and your baseboards white or black, and also maybe some center trims, a different color like black, something that just doesn't really tie in everything together. Try to use as little variations of colors as you can in order to make the space look much more modern and less busy. Right now, it's actually very popular. People are painting their walls, for example, a gray color or maybe like a little bit of a gray/brown color, and they're painting all the doors black and all the trims black. I think that this is pretty nice, actually. This is actually very popular in, home theaters, things like that. I think that this is one of those things that will go out of style eventually in the near future. But as of right now, I think that this design is actually really nice. But other ones where you have, 3 or 4 different colors on your wall, just doesn't really look that good. Number 6 on the list is baseboards with a lot of curves in them and a lot of edges and ones that are not completely straight. This is just not modern anymore. It was modern back in the early 2000s. Right now, what's modern is to go with baseboards that are really nice and squared off. It's simple, many people like it, and this looks really good. I also highly recommend using baseboards that are squared off, that actually have like a little line on the top. But a lot of our clients are actually still using those old baseboards with a lot of curves and edges to them. And honestly, I don't really know why, because if they are remodeling their space, like their kitchen or their bathroom, I would really recommend using squared off baseboards, but maybe they're just doing that because they have older style baseboards in the rest of their house, so they kind of want it to match. Next design that is going out of style in 2025 is carrying your tile backsplash all the way to the ceilings or on the side of the cabinets. This might have been popular in 2020, 2021, 22, but now it's really not modern anymore, and it just looks really busy and very crowded. I don't recommend doing this anymore. What I actually recommend, if your budget of course allows for this, is to use the same material as your countertop on the backsplash. It's just going to look really nice and very modern. So the same material for your backsplash as you used on your countertop. I think that this is very modern still, and it's going to be modern for a really long time, because once again, we're talking about simple, and this is simple, and it's going to look really good for many years to come. And now that leads us to the last design that is going out of style in 2025. And I think that this design already went out of style a couple years ago, and this is subway tiles. A lot of people still do subway tiles, and also a lot of our clients still do subway tiles, and I think there's nothing wrong with it, but I just think that it just looks really, kind of like an old design. A lot of people in 2018 have been doing it, and especially now, it's just not going to be really modern anymore. Like I said, so many people have it in their homes, and I'm not saying completely skip the subway tiles, because there is actually really nice subway tiles. I really recommend these designs that I have on the screen right now. These subway tiles are actually really nice and very modern, and this is something that I highly recommend. I actually recommend using these tiles, maybe not even as a subway tile, but maybe like a vertical design or a horizontal stack design. This is going to look really good. And this is the definition of modern subway tiles. So skip the white subway tiles with the black grout. It just doesn't look good anymore. There's so many better designs. But that is going to be it for this video. Those were the top 8 designs, in my opinion, that are going out of style in 2025. Of course, if you still like any of these designs, then totally go for it. This is your home. This is your imaginary. You can do whatever you want. These are just my suggestions and recommendations. If you guys did find this helpful, please make sure to leave a like on this video. That would really help me out. If you guys have any suggestions on which topics you guys would like me to talk about next, please make sure to drop a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.